I'm going to do another photography experiment with you. Today we are doing refractions and glasses. So behind me here, I'm just on my kitchen table here, just got a nice black tablecloth and then a white piece of foam core, which I'm going to be using as my main part of my background. And then I come over this side and I've got a black piece of cardboard and another thin piece of white foam core, which I'm going to use as part of my background. And I've also got a nice stripy towel, which I'm going to use as well. So for different patterns and different things in the background, this is what you need to be doing. And then I've got a selection of glasses here from my kitchen of different shapes and sizes, a nice jug of water, and then just a tea towel just to polish the glasses and clean up any spills of water as well. So, just got my camera here. I've got my 18 to 50mm lens on. I'm probably going to be shooting at about 50mm for a lot of this, although I might come back to 18 or anywhere in between at any point. Got my Canon EOS R and then my Canon flash as well, and just got the flash turned to the side so that when I shoot in portrait mode, it shoots up to the ceiling and the light bounces off the ceiling so that we don't get too many harsh reflections from the flash. So let's get into it and let's start creating some pretty patterns. So the first one I'm going to do, just going to take this piece of black cardboard. I'm just going to stand that up in the middle of my background there, just like that. Now I'm going to start with the wine glass because it's nice and pretty. Before I do anything, just take the tea towel, give it a little bit of a clean and a polish. Make sure there's no unwanted marks on there. If it is unwanted marks, then you're going to have to edit them out later in post-production. So we don't really want any marks or fingerprints on the glass at all if we can. So that's looking pretty clean now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this quite close to the background and I'm just going to get down to eye level, and what I want is that line to be going up the middle of the glass. Okay, it's just a little bit wonky, so just push it over slightly like that. That's more wonky the other way. So it just takes a little bit of practice and precision to get everything exactly where you want it. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Move it slightly to the side. Okay, I think that's pretty much where I want it to be. So now I'm just going to take some water and I'm going to half fill the glass with the water. Just like that. And just grab the tea towel again. Got a couple of little splashes on the glass. Again, just making sure everything is perfect. So just taking this time now to make it perfect will save you time editing later. Okay. So just double check that positioning. Yeah, that is good. So pick up my camera. Now the settings I'm using, I'm on ISO 100, f5 and 1/250th of a second. And then my flash is on quarter power. Okay, and as I said, that's bouncing up to the ceiling. So I'm going to come in, getting nice and close down here. So just zoom in, as I said, using 50mm. I still need to get a little bit closer in there. And making sure you're focusing on the glass. So for some reason I'm having a bit of trouble with my autofocus here. What's going on? And just get the autofocus to work. So focusing on the top of the glass usually works. And then that's still not perfectly sharp. Come back a little bit. There we go. Now I'm getting sharper. So I'll show you all these pictures as I'm taking them. Okay. So as you can see there, we've got a nice shield effect pattern in the water. So what the water does is it actually swaps the colours over, and that makes quite a nice, pretty pattern to look at in the glass. Alright, so I've now got my second background set up, which is just a towel, and I've just hung it over that white piece of foam core, just so it's coming down to the table here and not coming all the way along. Then I'm going to use this small glass here just as a stand, and I'm going to take this wine glass full of water and place it on the top of this glass here. I'm actually going to bring this a lot closer to the edge of the table so that I can get the background out of focus. So I'm going to need to use a very small depth of field for this. So I'm going to just change my camera settings and put them all the way down to f2.8. Okay, that will ensure that that background is out of focus. So now I'll come down onto my knees and just come in and focus just on the base of the glass, where the glass meets the handle, and just get that perfectly in focus and take a picture. Okay, so you can see how the glass is changing those lines and making them look a little bit curvy. Okay? You can see all that there. Now let's see what happens if we just change over the glasses. So let's move that one out of the shot. Let's use the same one that I was using earlier. Even though it's a little bit dirty, I'm just going to give it another go. Okay. And again, coming in just to that point where the glass can water me. Just getting that focus point where I want it, and then taking the shot. So again, where the glass is changing, you can see different lines, different patterns of the background behind it is changing every time you take a picture. So let's just fill that up all the way to the top and see how that changes the picture. Oh, a couple little spills there. It's okay. Okay, and again, going to come down. I want to be shooting from a down angle so I don't get the black background in. Now, actually, if I do that, well, that is quite an interesting shot. So we've got the black from the tablecloth is reflected in the bottom and the top of the glass here, and then we've got the towel in the background. So again, we'll just move different angles and just see what we can get. And then if we perhaps move the tablecloth, or maybe move this a little bit closer, let's see what happens if we just move it a little bit closer so we get less of that black in there. That's the idea. Come down really low, like that. Again, now you can see how the shapes are moving with the glass and giving you that nice curved effect. Okay, so there's one more glass I want to try with this, and it's this one here. So I'm just going to take this glass off. Okay, yeah, just give this a quick clean again before we use it. Making sure there's no fingerprints on there. Precision, taking your time, what you need to do. That's on that, and let's fill that with some water. Okay, and that's now nice and full. Just go in like that. And you can see how it's changing. I'm just going to turn that so that we get it perfectly square on, and that way we can line it up. We can have it in the background perfectly. So it's coming out very different than I thought it might. It's actually giving us some really interesting effects here. Just in how that bottom part of the glass, where the glass is a little pattern, how the shapes and the colours coming through in there, it's different from the top bit, which actually isn't very different from the background at all. Alright, so that's everything I have to show you today. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys go out and you have a play with this. If you can experiment with different backgrounds, different shapes and sizes of glasses, and also how close and how far away the glass is from the background. And maybe even you want to try placing your glass in a tray of water, or using a mirror below to create some interesting reflections as well as the refractions. So I can't wait to see what you guys do. Make sure you share it